What's going on, people? Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV and welcome back to another Fantasy Premier League review show where we take a look at our various leagues, the big We Are Tottenham League with over 2,000 people taking part, and we've also got our £10 league with a few less people taking part, but it is you get a nice little prize at the end, and we've also got all our creators joining us as well, so we're all going head to head in FPL. We've also got me and my brother going head to head with each other as well, so we're going to take a look at the winners and the losers of this weekend. So let's get straight into it, and I'll start off with my team. I got 51 points this week. Nick Pope in goal, nice clean sheet at Old Trafford. Trippier in defence as well. We got Estepinian and Cancelo, who didn't get any returns whatsoever. De Bruyne, Zaha and Rashford didn't do well. Andreas Pereira, though, in midfield gets a nice assist from the corner. And I've been quite happy with Andreas Pereira. 4.5 picked up, and he picks up fairly regular points. And up front, I've got Harry Kane, who gets his goals every week. Erling Haaland, to much people's despair, didn't score a goal this week, so everyone captained him, but he only got me 4 points. And big Dom Solanke for Bournemouth starting to get some returns as well this week, picking up a goal and an assist. So I got a respectable 51 points this week, which I'm fairly happy about. But I did have Dallo on the bench with 9 points, which was quite frustrating.
Yeah, who's your captain, did you say?
Haaland.
Haaland, yeah. For my team, I got 41 points in total. I got Danny Ward, who got a clean sheet. Trippier got a clean sheet. Perisic, a clean sheet and 2 bonus. So that did me well, and that's pretty much where the scoring stops, because no one else really did anything. Cancelo, 2 points. Maddison, 2 points and a yellow card, and he got a yellow card for simulation, which means he's suspended for next game. Foden, 2 points. Trossard, 2 points. Eze got me a massive 3 points because he got a clean sheet. Mbuemo and Haaland 2 points each, and captaining Heung-min Son at home to Everton. Should have probably had a goal or an assist, didn't get any return, unfortunately, only with the 3 points, so end up with 6 overall. So 41, very disappointing weekend. Also, going into midweek, I'm in big trouble because Reece James out, Haaland, Foden, Cancelo and Maddison also unavailable in midweek due to Maddison suspended, and City aren't playing. So I am in big trouble coming midweek. I'm going to have to use my free hit, I think.
Big trouble is coming Sim's way this midweek, but let's go and take a look at the big We Are Tottenham League. We'll start off with the winners of the week. We'll look at the top 3, and in third place you've got Sam Fresco with 64 points. He had Ward in goal with 6 points, a surprise clean sheet for Leicester there. In defence, he's got 2 Tottenham defenders in Doherty and Perisic, picking up 8 and 6 points. Cancelo with only 2 points. Zaha, Bowen, Martinelli and Maddison in the midfield not doing much, but he did have Harry Kane captain, so big up to him with 18 points for Harry Kane. Haaland with his vice captain at 2 points, and big Dom Solanke with 12 points, but he did have some points on his bench as well, with Andreas Pereira and Guehi picking up some good points there, but could have had a much better week. Next up is Joachim Raval with 53 points. He also had Perisic and Trippier in his defence with 8 and 6 points. Pope in goal with 6 points. Cancelo at the back with 2 points. Maddison, Foden, Bowen, Andreas Pereira in his midfield. Only Andreas Pereira doing something there. Haaland captain with 4 points. Harry Kane up there with 9 points, and Mitrovic with 7 points. He also had Guehi on his bench picking up 7 points. And sitting at the top of the league with only a slender lead actually, with 712 points, is Edward Lane. And he picked up 62 points this week with Pope in goal, Shaw, Trippier and Cancelo at the back, Andreas Pereira, Sonny, Bowen and Martinelli in midfield, with Harry Kane, Erling Haaland and Mitrovic up top. So a fairly good week for him, 62 points. When you look at the average, which is 46 points, got to be impressed.
Yeah, not bad. I'm still scrolling here.
Still scrolling.
Yeah,
Keep
here we are.
Scrolling.
I've just got to the bottom. So if you get a few, the losers this week, the bottom 3, starting to get cut adrift now. There's a 40-point gap between 4th from bottom and 3rd from bottom. So
how many points is bottom on?
112. So not
112, is that it?
not a lot. I nearly got that in 1 week. We got third from bottom, Pablo Swim. He let's see what he got. He got 58 points, so not bad to be fair for a third from bottom, but I think he might have got a lot of minus. Pope in goal with 6 points. Saliba, Shah, Perisic and Cody, so for 3 clean sheets out of 4. Saka with a goal. Trossard, Almiron and Anthony in midfield. Haaland captain and Harry Kane with Ivan Toney sitting on his bench with 12 points. That must be painful. Second from bottom.
Toney on the bench. Wow.
Danilo Pospelov is second from bottom. Owls on the ball. He says he got 38 points and he had Henderson in goal, Trippier and Dyer with clean sheets, Cancelo and Young not doing much, Christie, Murphy, Maddison and Son in midfield with Kane and Haaland captain up front. And Grealish, well, obviously didn't do anything, but Grealish sitting on his bench as well, didn't play. Christie and Murphy in midfield. That's a very interesting choice. And then the bottom of the league is FPL winner last year, apparently, as so he claims. Got 16 points this week. Not a lot at all. I can probably see why. It's the same guy who's always bottom. It's Edison in goal. Maguire captain, who I don't know if he's read the memo, but Maguire doesn't get picked anymore. Kanate, Lindelof, De Bruyne. Ollie Skip gets in his team with Thiago and Luke Kundle.
With a big fat 1 sub appearance this year.
Yeah, massive. He did get 1 point for him, to be fair. Harry Kane getting a goal with Plange and Taylor.
Oh, it's this guy with Plange in the team.
Always Plange vice captain every single week. Then he's got Ericsson and Matip on his bench who didn't make any appearances. So 16 points has him safely rooted at the bottom of the league. And there's, as we say, a bit of a gap opening up between the bottom 3, looking like relegation for these lot.
It looks like they're doomed, these lot. But let's go and take a look at the £10 league. We'll start from the bottom. So I'll go through the bottom 3. And in 9th, you've got Oliver Freeman with the 11 Kulusevskis. He's got 49 points. Got Jordan Pickford in goal. Perisic at the back. Cancelo, Trippier, Neco Williams. Højbjerg in his team, which is quite impressive with 9 points. Barnes, De Bruyne and Gross. And Kane and Haaland captain up top. 49 points, just above average. Not too bad. Second from bottom is Gavin Bain. Brains McLeod, everyone. And 47 points, just above average. He's got Pope in goal. Thiago Silva at the back with 7 points. Dan Burn with 5 points. Dunk with 1 point. De Silva with 1 point. Guimaraes 3 points. Bernardo and De Bruyne in there with 2 points each. Haaland captain, 4 points, and Kane and Mitrovic earning him the points there with 9 and 7. But you know who's at the bottom. It is David Harris. David Harris.
You guys know.
You guys know it. Does he still have Van Dijk captain? Yes, he does. And he's got 16 points this week with Van Dijk.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Paying off.
And you know what? He's done better than everyone that's got Haaland captain. But he's got 51 points with Edison in goal. Neco Williams, Romero with 6. Van Dijk with 16. Guehi with 7. Sonny, De Bruyne, Thiago and Jack Colback not getting many points. A grand total of 7 there, and Kane up top with Haaland alongside him. So he hasn't had a terrible week, let's be honest. But let's go and have a look at the top 3, because we've got someone at the top that's had a bit of a drop-off.
And we have a new leader at the top. But first we'll look at Marlon. He got 62 points this week, which sees him solidly in third. Henderson in goal. Botman, Justin and Henry all keeping clean sheets. A very impressive back 3. Cancelo there as well, who didn't do much. You got Mo Salah, De Bruyne, Eze and Declan Rice. So Rice and Salah both getting returns for him. Very impressive. Haaland captain and Ivan Toney up front with his 2 goals. Mitrovic sitting on the bench must be a bit of a sting there. Jake Whittier with 34 points.
Charge your phone, mate.
Yeah, sorry, I got to charge my phone. Not a great week for him. He did have Ward and Trippier, but other than that, not much else. He's got Walker Peters, Cancelo, Sterling, Foden, Maddison, Zaha, Martinelli, Jesus and Haaland in his team. So Mitrovic on the bench, his highest scorer, doesn't get any returns for him. So that must be a massive shame for Jake.
Poor week for Jake, because he's been doing really well so far this season.
He's been doing really well, and because of that poor week, we have a new leader at the top of the league, and it's our very own Sean Butler. who sits top, and he got a whopping 66 points this week.
Not getting butlered anymore, is he?
No, definitely not. With Raya in goal, 10 points. Very inspired choice. Guehi and Dyer getting clean sheets as well. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg with a goal and 3 bonus. That's 9 points for Højbjerg. Very, very impressive there. Zaha, Madison, Trossard not doing much. Then up front, he's got Tony and Kane on getting returns with Haaland captain. But looking at his bench, if only he would have made a couple of subs, because Botman and Shah both getting clean sheets as well, 7 and 8 points respectively. Could have been even further in the lead, and he's actually building a bit of a lead because he's now 29 points clear at the top. So Sean is on a roll at the moment.
He is on a roll. I mean, his last few weeks have been sensational. 66, 62, 97 a few weeks ago when Trossard scored that hat-trick and Haaland captain. So big up to Sean. Big up. A new leader we have in the £10 league. Let's go and take a look at the biggest scorer of FPL, as in the total was 116 points. That's the same amount as the who's sitting bottom in our league. But you got Sarr in goal with 14 points, saved a penalty missed from Nottingham Forest from Brennan Johnson, and a clean sheet gave him a mammoth 14 points. Trippier with 6 points, Gabriel with 8 points, Saliba with 5 points, Dyer with 6 points, Mo Salah captain with a goal, so 16 points. Saka with 9, Rice with 10, Kane with 9, Tony with 12, but Bobby Firmino with 7. But he did have Guehi and Neves on the... Oh, he's got the bench boost, that's why. He's got Guehi with 7, Neves with 10, and Rashford with 1. So he's got the bench boost, 116 points. Quite impressive. Just before we end the show, let's look forward to next week. I'll bring up my team. I mean, I've got 2 transfers I can play, so I might still make a transfer, but this is my team going into the next round. Obviously, Man City not playing, so I've got all these Man City players on the bench. I've got Pope in goal, Estepinian, Trippier, Neco Williams, and Dalot in my defence. Andreas Pereira, Zaha, Rashford, and Gordon in midfield with Kane, and I've actually captained Solanke up top. So that's my team going into the week. And I think that when you're looking at players to pick this week, I think you've got to be focusing on probably Brighton players when they've got Forest at home.
Yeah, you'd think so, because they're most likely to win. Otherwise, a lot of them are very close games. But looking at my team, it's not great at the moment. I would like to take those City players out, but at the moment, if you look at my bench, Maddison, James, and Sansfield all are not going to be playing. So at the moment, I've only got 8 players, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players. So I think a free hit might have to be in the offing for this week.
You're going to do your free hit live on air with us?
You want me to do your free hit right now? No. This needs patience. It needs time. It needs calculation. I can't rush any decision. So definitely won't be doing my free hit right now. But you'll be seeing a brand new team. So no point going for our teams. This won't be my team for the week. But you can see why it won't be my team, because my team's been decimated. So it's an absolute travesty. But it'll be It'll be good. It'll be good for the week. Don't you worry about that.
All right, so there you have it. That is another episode of the FPL review for you guys. We'll be back next week for another episode. Well, actually, we could be back on Friday for another episode, seeing as the Premier League is midweek. We've got Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night football this week. So we'll be back on Friday for some more FPL content for you guys. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.